Sprinters, fighters, and ballers, this is the exact 5-exercise combo pros use to explode past everyone. Welcome back to the Pump Room podcast on Strength Unleashed. I'm your host, Dr. Aris Thorne, the guy who spent years in the trenches of elite athletic training, turning average performers into beasts who dominate their fields. If you've ever felt like you're leaving power on the table, like your starts are sluggish, your punches lack that snap, or your jumps just don't have the height to outplay the competition, then buckle up. Today, we're zeroing in on building explosive power that rivals a gorilla's raw, primal force. Gorillas don't just lumber around, they erupt with speed and strength that leaves everything in their wake. And for you athletes out there, whether you're a sprinter chasing sub 10 seconds, a fighter aiming for that one-punch KO, or a baller wanting to posterize defenders, this episode delivers the goods. I've pulled from my experience training pros, backed by solid research, to give you a 5-exercise combo that's not just theory, it's the real deal that delivers results. We'll break it down step by step, from the science to the execution, so you can plug it into your routine and see gains fast. By the end of this, you'll know exactly how to stop being weak and start exploding like the alpha you were meant to be. Let's get after it. Your transformation starts now. Before we jump into the exercises, let's lay the groundwork. What exactly is explosive power, and why does it matter so much for athletes like you? Explosive power is that lightning-fast ability to generate maximum force in minimal time. Think of it as the difference between a slow wind-up and a sudden burst that catches everyone off guard. In the animal kingdom, a gorilla exemplifies this. One moment it's calm, the next it's charging with earth-shaking momentum. For sprinters, this means blasting out of the blocks like Usain Bolt. For fighters, it's the quick twitch that lands a devastating hook. For ballers, it's the vertical leap that turns a rebound into a slam. But here's the problem many athletes face. Traditional strength training focuses on slow, heavy lifts, which builds muscle but neglects the speed component. Result, you're strong but not explosive. You fatigue quick in games, lose edges in sprints, or get outmaneuvered in the ring. Studies from sports science journals show that incorporating explosive training can increase power output by 15 to 25%, directly translating to better performance metrics like faster acceleration and higher jumps. For instance, research on elite sprinters reveals that fast-twitch muscle fiber recruitment jumps when you train for explosiveness, leading to shaved seconds off your times. Common myths? One big one is that explosive training is only for young athletes or risks injury. Wrong. With proper form, it's scalable for all levels and actually strengthens joints and tendons, reducing injury risk over time. Another myth? You need fancy equipment. Nope, most of these moves use body weight or basic gear. The value here? Solving your stagnation. If you've hit a plateau where your strength isn't transferring to your sport, this shifts the paradigm. We'll build from foundational concepts to practical application, ensuring you walk away with actionable steps that fix these issues head on. Imagine ending a session feeling that surge, knowing you're building the edge that wins competitions. That's the promise. Let's keep building on it. All right, starting our countdown at number 5, skater jumps. This is your entry point into lateral power, the kind that lets you zig when others zag. Picture a gorilla bounding side to side through the jungle, evading threats with effortless agility. For athletes, this translates to dodging tackles on the field, slipping punches in the octagon, or crossing over defenders on the court. The problem it solves? Poor lateral stability. Many athletes train forward-back, but neglect side-to-side, leading to weak changes of direction and higher injury risk, like ACL strains in ballers or slow footwork in fighters. Why it works so well? Skater jumps fire up your glutes medius, quads, and calves in a unilateral way, building single-leg strength that's crucial for real sport movements. Science backs it. Research from the American Journal of Sports Medicine shows lateral plyometrics improve agility test times by 10 to 15% in team sports athletes. Plus, it enhances proprioception, your body's awareness in space, reducing stumbles under pressure. Step-by-step execution? Begin in an athletic stance, feet shoulder-width apart, knees slightly bent like you're ready to pounce. Push off your left foot explosively to jump right, landing softly on your right foot while tucking your left leg behind for balance. Mimic a speed skater's glide, but with power. Swing your arms opposite for momentum, left arm forward as you jump right. Absorb the landing by bending your knee to about 45 degrees, then immediately explode back to the left. That's 1 rep. Aim for 3 sets of 10 to 12 per side, with 60 to 90 seconds rest. Focus on quality over quantity. Land quiet like a cat to protect your joints. Variations to scale? Beginners start with smaller jumps or add a pause on landing to build control. Advanced, add a tuck jump mid-air or use resistance bands around your ankles for extra challenge. Common mistakes? Letting your knee cave inward on landing. Fix by engaging your core and thinking knee over toe. Or rushing reps without full extension. Slow it down initially to nail form.
Integration tip. Slot this into your warm-up or agility days twice a week. Pair with mobility work like hip openers to amplify results. Personal story. I had a soccer player client who was getting beat on lateral runs. After 4 weeks of skaters, his defensive stats skyrocketed. He credited it for stealing balls he never could before. For sprinters, this sharpens curve running. Fighters, better evasion. Ballers, quicker cuts. The value loop? You're getting immediate agility boosts that solve on-field frustrations, keeping you hooked for more. Building on that lateral base, number 4, broad jumps. This is your forward launch pad, channeling a gorilla's charging leap to cover ground with ferocious speed. If you're a sprinter stuck in slow starts, a fighter needing better lunges, or a baller driving to the rim but lacking distance, this fixes it. The core problem? Inadequate hip extension and chain recruitment. Athletes often have strong legs but poor coordination, resulting in short strides or weak pushes. Benefits unpacked. Broad jumps train the posterior chain, hamstrings, glutes, calves to explode together, increasing stride length and acceleration. A study in Sports Biomechanics Journal notes an 18% improvement in horizontal power after consistent broad jump training. It also builds eccentric strength for better landings, cutting injury rates in high-impact sports. How to nail it? Stand tall, feet hip width, arms swung back like loading a spring. Dip into a quarter squat, then drive through your heels, swinging arms forward to propel yourself as far as possible. Extend hips fully mid-air for max distance. Land in a soft squat with knees tracking toes. Measure your jumps to track progress. Aim for personal bests. Sets, 3 of 6 to 8, resting 90 seconds. Progressions? Newbies focus on form with shorter jumps. Pros add chains or do consecutive bounds for endurance. Avoid errors like incomplete arm swing, it robs power, or hard landings. Practice on grass first. Programming? Add to lower body days post warm-up. Nutrition tie-in? Fuel with carbs pre-session for energy. Example, a track athlete I coached went from average to state champ after broad jumps boosted his starts. Real proof that this propels you forward, literally and figuratively. For fighters, think explosive takedowns, ballers, longer drives, sprinters, better blocks. This layers on the value, solving propulsion pains step by step. Ramp it up to number 3, medicine ball slams. This is the full-body unleasher, like a gorilla pounding its chest to release pent-up fury. Perfect for athletes needing rotational snap, sprinters for arm drive, fighters for torque and strikes, ballers for pivots and passes. Problem solved? Bottled up energy and poor core-to-limb transfer. Many train isolated but miss the explosive chain, leading to weak throws or slow reactions. Why elite? It engages core, shoulders, legs in a dynamic release, boosting rotational power. Research from the International Journal of Sports Physiology shows slams increase upper-lower body coordination, enhancing overall explosiveness by 22%. It's also a stress reliever, channeling aggression productively. Execution details. Pick a 8 to 15-pound non-bounce ball. Feet wide, raise overhead with straight arms, then squat and slam down with max force, exhaling sharply. hips hinge, core rotates, catch, and repeat. 3 sets of 10 to 15, 60-second rests. Variations, light ball for speed, heavy for power. Common fix, don't just drop, drive through the floor. Routine fit, mid-workout for energy spike. Recovery note, follow with foam rolling. Story, an MMA fighter client added slams and his punch speed jumped, leading to a knockout win, the release that turns frustration into fuel. This builds the wave, delivering core solutions that keep you invested. Number 2, box jumps, the vertical vault that mimics a gorilla's tree-leaping prowess, essential for airtime, ballers dunking, fighters kneeing, sprinters bounding. Addresses vertical weakness. If your jumps are low, you're losing rebounds, strikes, or strides. Deep benefits targets fast twitch fibers in quads, calves, and core. Studies in Journal of Applied Physiology show 15 to 20% vert increases. Builds landing mechanics for durability. Form guide, face box, knee-high start. Squat, explode up with arm swing, land square on top, hips open, step down. 3 sets, 8 to 10. Scale, lower box for starters, higher or depth jumps for advanced. Mistake, using momentum over power. Reset fully. Incorporate plyo days with dynamic stretches. Anecdote, a basketball pro I trained added 4 inches to vert, dominating boards, the lift that elevates your game. Layers more value, fixing height hurdles. Top of the list, number 1, power cleans, the king of compounds for total gorilla explosion. For full body transfer, sprinters drive, fighters lifts, ballers bursts. Solves disjointed power. Isolated training leaves gaps. This unifies. Proof hits legs, back, shoulders. NSCA research shows 25% power gains. Detailed, bar on the floor, grip wide, pull explosively, catch in rack. 3 sets, 5 to 8. Variations, hang cleans for tech, dumbbells for beginners. Fix, poor shrug, cue shoulders to ears. Program, strength sessions with protein post. Clientele, sprinter exploded PRs after cleans, the compound that crowns your power. Culminates the buildup, delivering ultimate solutions. Now, how to implement this combo without burnout. Program twice weekly. Day 1, focus lateral and forward, number 5 to 4. Day 2, vertical and full body, number 3 to 1. Warm up with dynamic moves, cool down stretches. Nutrition, pre-train carbs and protein for fuel, post BCAAs for recovery. Sleep 8 hours, explosive training demands it. Common issue solved? Overtraining. Listen to your body, deload every 4 weeks. This ensures long-term gains, fixing sustainability problems. Quick Q&A, can I do this daily? No, recovery is key. What if I'm injured? Modify or consult pros. Shout out to listener Mike who emailed his gains from similar drills. You're inspiring the community. Wrapping up, you've got the 5-exercise blueprint to unleash gorilla power and crush weakness. Implement, track, dominate. Like, subscribe to Strength Unleashed, comment your first try, share with teammates. Next episode, hypertrophy hacks. Stay explosive. Dr. Aris Thorne signing off.